I know that there have been talks about the student government executive branch getting paid this upcoming year, so I was wondering how you guys felt about that.
There was an article in the Tartan today. I think I think get money, get paid, you know? Like, yeah. That's what it's about. That's what life's about.
Okay. Sure. I'd like to first emphasize that Kate and I want to do this job, like whether or not we're paid. That's not really important to us, and hopefully every candidate feels the same way. Current student body executives feel that this is something that's important that they bring to the student body. They feel that executive pay is important to student government. I support it being brought to the student body because it's not a decision that student government should make internally. And the student body is the decision maker. So whatever decision they decide is the decision that I'll take.
Yeah, from our perspective, along what Jared was saying, I don't believe this is a position that anyone's entered thinking that we need to get paid. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that from my perspective, this is a job that I would love to do regardless of what that status is. It's an opportunity, I think, for us to really make an impact. We all have really good intent and good visions here, so I think that's not really the main problem or the main motivator. But in terms of however that pans out, it is up to the students, but I would strongly encourage everyone to consider about whether or not that is appropriate at this current time, considering the economic climate, as well as whether or not that is a strain that we want to put on the budget now. There's a lot of academic programs, social programs that we could be working on with that money as well instead of there, and taking that into account, and taking into account tuition, I think is a very important part of that discussion.
Just an addendum, WWACD, what would Andrew Carnegie do? I think he'd get paid, so, yeah.
There was a question earlier about like what would you do with Greek life, and Greeks make up about 10% of the student population, whereas grad students make up about 45% of the student population. I was wondering what sort of initiatives you have to sort of impact grad students, or how you would work with the grad students to get them more aware and involved in the initiatives you have.
So, okay. So I think that like graduate students, like I'm honestly, I don't know very much about what graduate students do on campus. There's a lot of things that I've learned just over the past year through working in Senate and doing combined meetings with GSA. I've seen kind of the interests of grad students and like what actually they want. My main goal is to really change the way that graduate students and undergraduate students interact with each other. I really think that their undergraduate students feel like graduate students hate them, and there might be the same way, it may look the same way from the graduate student side. But I really think that it's one of those things that we really have to approach differently. Actually work with GSA on a lot of things, actually look at what grad students are actually looking to have. There is a lot more involvement with departments with graduate students, and one of Kate and my main initiatives is really to focus on colleges and actually having interaction with faculty. So I think that actually having that interaction between students and faculty even brings in graduates, and all of our platform issues are related to graduates. We're not focusing solely on the undergraduate experience. We really want to focus on everyone having a good student experience, no matter if they're a graduate or an undergraduate student.
Can we get a chance at the question? Sure, thanks. So yeah, the Greeks are 20% and the grad students are larger. We have talked with the president of the GSA. We, as undergraduates, really are, we're just not in that community. And so it makes it difficult to say, we're gonna do this for you. After talking with the president and after talking with grad students, we found out that the best strategy is to say, we're not gonna tell you to do anything, because then you're gonna get upset that you have to do it. So what we wanna do is respect We want to have a level of respect, and this includes ongoing conversations with the GSA. We will be required, I believe constitutionally, to meet with the GSA on one of the many organizational boards that we have, but we will make it so that there's a larger feedback loop, so that if there's anything large and pressing that graduate students are facing, that we can do our part to address it, while at the same time not propose anything that might hurt the graduate students, thinking that since, undergrads think this way, then obviously it translates over there. So we're gonna do this, and that's gonna be our platform. We don't want to promise grad students things that they don't want. And until we gather the knowledge necessary to say we're confident that this will help you, we're gonna rely heavily on our ongoing talks with the president of the GSA and all the people represented there to kind of guide us, saying, we know you don't know us, we are important, this is what we need you to do, and this is how we're gonna benefit. And then as leaders of the executive branch will say, we agree, that's a good argument, we'll see what we can do.
Actually, in art, the grad students and the undergrads tend to get along really well and be really tight, but there's like less than 20 grad students in art. But I think when I've had grad students in other cases, like being my TAs and stuff, I think there's like this structure set up where it's just like a messed up like pedagogy where it's like, dude, you're like suppressing me, like stop thinking you like know everything and I don't know anything, stop like depositing all your knowledge on me, and so like I don't know, it's kind of and both sides have to like uphold that, and I think that like creates a big barrier, and like since grad students give a lot of grades in other departments, it's like a barrier between them, and we need to like mitigate that somehow. And I also don't know, I know it's different in different departments, like in art they get like 85% of their tuition paid or something. I think in other departments they get like paid to go here. So I think we just, yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested in talking more to GSA and figuring out like what the deal is with all the grad students, and yeah. They also tend to be like more like politically minded, I think, so like we can fight the power together. Yeah.
Thank you all very much for your responses. I'd like to end the debates here. I'd like to thank Jarrett, Kate, Mike, Micah, and Casey all for their participation. CMUTV and AV Tech once again for their support, and for all of you to come out today. If you have any further questions, I'll encourage you to track down the candidates throughout the week. Voting will open on Saturday and closes Tuesday. And there will be polling places on campus in addition to voting online. So I encourage you to vote. Thank you.
Mhm.